Hello all, DrunkenGamer, and it is November the 9th. Now, I'm not doing very well at getting these videos out daily, but yesterday's video was actually recorded. It is on my hard drive. However, I will now cut to a clip of it so that you can see why it didn't get uploaded. Hello all, DrunkenGamer here, and it is the 8th of November. Yep, I've forgotten what day it is. This is really a good start. So yeah, I have no idea what I did to the sound in that, but it sounds like I was in a fucking fish tank, so I couldn't upload the entire thing. But one of the things that I was talking about in that video while I was building the house in Minecraft was the fact that BlizzCon is on. And one of these years I'm going to get to go to BlizzCon. It's, as much as I may whinge about them in the podcast, I still like the games that they make for the most part. I think World of Warcraft needs to be put on a kind of a back burner now, and they need to return or at least run alongside a proper Warcraft game again so that they can run some individual story. Because one of the things that happened at BlizzCon yesterday was that they announced Warlords of Draenor, or Draenor, or however you want to pronounce the damn planet. Basically, Draenor is the planet that became Outland. And what's going to happen as far as the story is concerned is that there is going to be a rip in the fabric of time that will allow Garrosh to escape into the past and change the timelines. Which is great, because I know a lot of people will not have experienced some of the heroes from the first two games. Orcs vs Humans was a DOS game, so most people will never have played it. So it'd be good to go back and get some of that lore into some of the people that are now addicted to Warcraft. But it is a bit of a bad sign when you're having to dredge up time travel as a way to get story into your game. The problem is that the MMO writes the story so that the player is involved, and it kind of stunts the world. It stunts what you can do with the characters. Whereas the RTS allowed them to have proper character progression because you were playing as those characters, not as yourself. So that's why. But it's, as always, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna buy it. I will play it for a couple of months because they've announced a load of stuff that's interesting. First of which, improved player models. So they're finally going back and fixing all the god-awful models on the original races. Level 100 we're pretty much a given. Garrisons are a bit of an interesting. They kind of sound like player housing, but it's kind of a leveled player housing, and you actually build a little village. I need to read more on it because it kind of seems like a cross between housing and the Star Trek Online duty roster system. So you have followers that are part of your garrison that will go off and do things, and you decide what they do and what they train in and which followers join your. Very complex. Who knows what's going to happen with that? Obviously, the usual raids, dungeons, and all that lot. One thing that is a bit different, but is something that I kind of suspected would happen, is that they're giving everybody at least one level 90 character. So if you don't have a max level, well, everybody gets a max level character. You'll have to do a little Death Knight-like starting zone for it. If I'm going to hazard a guess, and it will be something to do with the Caverns of Time. Now, they haven't announced any of this, or they haven't at time of recording this. The way I hope they do it is that they will find key battles from the storylines of each of the races and have you play part of that battle, and then have Nosdormo appear and say, come on. Or Chromie. Chromie can appear and go, yeah, come on, into the future. But that's that. The Warcraft expansion, we knew it was coming, particularly as they've recently lost another 100,000 subscribers. But BlizzCon's not just Warcraft, it's the rest of them. There's no particular announcement on StarCraft yet, but that's hardly surprising. They've only had Heart of the Swarm out for a year, which means they're going to hold off on Legacy of the Void before they... it'd be too much at one thing. Reaper of Souls, there's been some new trailers for that and so on, because that's plodding along. The other bits of news, Hearthstone. Hearthstone is a good bit of news. The open beta is coming in December, or as they themselves admit, in Blizzard time that could be January, February, but the open beta is on its way. The other bit of news is what, I'm sure they'd mentioned this before, but it's now confirmed that there will be a Android and iOS port, and they are expected to be ready by summer of next year. Now that is where Hearthstone needs to go. It's good on a PC, but it's not the market that it needs to go for. People don't want to play this kind of game sat at a PC. If they did, they'd play the Magic the Gathering one, Jewels of the Planewalker. Much better card game for the PC. But if you play something simple like Hearthstone on your mobile, then you're laughing all the way to the bank. Particularly with the crafting system that they built in there, that's perfect monetization territory. And yeah, I'll definitely play it mobile once it goes mobile. The other one is that they're opening beta signups for Heroes of the Storm, which is their Dota MOBA type game. And I gotta say, the videos look interesting, but they look interesting in the terms of it's another MOBA. It's another battle arena. We've got enough of them. I'm sorry, but we do. It's just putting a new theme on it doesn't make for a particularly great business sense. I don't see how it's going to be particularly popular, but then it's a Blizzard product, so I know it's weird because Dota started as a Warcraft 3 add-on, so there's a lot of love for Blizzard in the Dota community, in the MOBA community, but at the same time, League of Legends and Dota 2 have pretty much got the market sewn up. Blizzard will have to do something spectacular to shift them, particularly when there's at least 3 or 4 others that I can think of due to come out around the same time. The Infinite Crisis game. What is that due? Bugger. I can't think of them. Maybe they stand a chance, but I'm not holding out hope. Anyway, that'll do for today. Today's beer is what the fuck is it? Hobgoblin. And yesterday's beer, if I didn't pick that sound clip, was Spitfire. So I'll see you tomorrow. And yeah, enjoy.